Shortcuts are the commands that you press on your keyboard to invoke tools. Now, the sign of a true professional is the person who just presses buttons on the keyboard and paints and just keeps going. Someone who's learning the application is going to be up here quite a bit. So they're going to go to File, Save, and File this, and Edit this, and all these menus. But after a while, you'll find the keyboard shortcuts that are most appropriate for how you work. Now, I don't know every shortcut in Photoshop, and I don't think everybody should try to learn every shortcut. Just learn the shortcuts that are going to help you in your workflow. So if you paint a lot, learn the shortcuts for the brush and the eraser and the other tools that will help you in that regard. Now, I also want to talk to you about how you can modify the shortcuts and make them your own. Though I do want to warn you that you don't want to do this if you're still learning and getting familiar with Photoshop. The reason for that is because you might be the kind of person like myself who loves some coffee and a textbook. I know it sounds crazy, but I love reading technology books. So if you go to the store and you want to buy some additional books on how to use Photoshop to paint or to do cartoons, fantasy painting, or some of the magazines that have tons of tutorials, you're going to be lost if you changed your shortcuts too much, because the instructor in the magazine or the book is pretty much going to be using the standards. So what I'm going to do is go to the Edit menu, and all the way in the bottom we see we have the ability to adjust our keyboard shortcuts and menus. So I'll go ahead and choose Keyboard Shortcuts. This dialog box appears. And by the way, the beautiful thing about this is that Photoshop is going to warn you in advance if there is already a key assigned to a particular command. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose Shortcuts for Tools, just to show you an example. It says here the Tool Panel command and the shortcut. So if I want to invoke the Move tool, I have to press V. If I want to create a marquee, press M. Lasso, L. But some of them don't have shortcuts, and this is where you can get creative and make your own. So what I'm going to do is show you if I want to change this shortcut, how Photoshop's going to warn me about this. So I'm going to click on this V, and I'll type F. Now I already know that F is how I toggle my screen modes, from full screen to full screen with no title bar, etc. So I'm going to press F. It beeps, and it lets me know that the shortcut F is already in use and it will be removed from the toggle screen. So that means it's no longer going to do that if I change it. So I'm not going to do that. So what I can do is hit cancel, or to reset this entire thing without leaving this dialog box, I can hit Alt or Option on my keyboard to change this cancel button to reset and click it. So that's how you can change your shortcuts for your tools, for your panel menus, your application menus, and your menus over here as well. Keep in mind, you can always save them if you do modify them. You can delete the set, and you can also load the set so that you can always get access to the defaults by going to this list.